how to break bad habits. Today, I'm giving you my simple 5-step plan to break bad habits. You want better habits in your life, right? Those bad habits keep getting in your way. They're your roadblocks. So in order to create those more positive habits that can bring success and attraction into your life, you have to get over the habits that aren't serving you. Let's just pull the word bad out. They're not serving you. They may have served you at one point, but they're not serving you now. So let's get rid of them. So I want you to get a pen and some paper, get ready to take notes, because I'm giving you my 5-step process to completely reset your mindset when it comes to bad habits. But first, if you're not a subscriber, click the subscribe button and the bell. Bell lets you get notifications when we've dropped a new video like this to help you live a more successful life. I'll be right back.
GILD Coaching. More success, less stress.
How to break bad habits so that you have room for the good habits. How to get rid of things that do not serve you in your life to make room for things that will serve you. Get ready. Today is action-packed 5-step process to rid yourself of the things that you do to and with yourself that don't serve your greater purpose and don't lead you down that path to success. Ready? Oh, also, I've asked you to take notes. If you don't have anything to write with, open the comment section here and do it with your thumbs. You'll always have the notes that are here. You can just come back to the video and check the comment section. When you take notes, it helps solidify your learning. So it's really important so that you actually remember what you've learned. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time, right? Okay, let's get to it. 5 steps. Step number 1, you have to know the reason that you want to change this habit. Now, a lot of people are like, I know the reason. No, I know the reason that I want to quit smoking is to be healthier. Okay, fine. Well, then why haven't you quit yet? All right. Take some time, get a pen, get paper, and write down, why is it so important to me that I fill in the blank? Why is it so important to me that I stop yelling? Why is it so important to me that I start exercising? Why is it so important to me that I, whatever it is? Write down your answer and then ask yourself one more question. But why? But why? Here's an example. Let's use the exercising example. Okay. I got to get off the couch, stop being a couch potato, start being someone who exercises at least a few times a week. Okay. Why? Well, I want to be healthier. But why? Well, I want to feel better and have better sleep. But why? Well, so I'm not such a grump with my family because I love them. Oh, all right. So I want to do it for me, for my health, but I also have more skin in the game here, the skin of the other people who I care about. Does that make sense? You have to get down to your real why. That's the true reason that you want to do this. All right. Number 2, you have to know your triggers. What is a trigger? A trigger is something that inspires you to keep the same behavior. So, same example, we're just gonna stick with that exercise example here because it's an easy one, okay? What could a trigger be to not exercise? I don't really like exercise. Okay, who cares? I kind of tired today. Okay, well, exercise will actually improve your sleep. So again, who cares? Well, I don't know, I'm just too busy for that. Well, you should schedule it, put it in your schedule. Okay, what else? Who cares? Find all the triggers, all the things that you say to yourself that excuses getting out of that pattern. And then number 3, you have to find substitution behaviors for it. So know your why, identify triggers that keep you going in the wrong direction, and then go ahead and pre-identify substitute behaviors. So how about, I'm a little tired today. Okay, suck it up. Sometimes personal discipline is just about sucking it up. I don't always want to come and sit down here and spend my day recording videos for you, but I've committed to dropping a new mindset video for you every Monday. And so sometimes I just have to say, suck it up, Jane, go slap on your lip gloss and sit down. Okay? Sometimes it does just come down to personal discipline, whether you feel like it or not. Recently, we dropped a video, I believe in October of 2022, we dropped a video about motivation. And it doesn't matter if you're motivated to do something or not. If you're disciplined to do it, you'll do it whether you're motivated to or not. But knowing your why, knowing your reason, our number one step here, is a big part of it. All right. So number 4, and this is so important, because if you know your why, if you've identified your triggers, if you have substitute behaviors, and then you screw up, what do most people do? They beat themselves up. Oh, I can't do this. I'm never going to get this right. This isn't going to work out for me. And then what do? Instead of exercising, they end up on the couch with some potato chips. Why they call them couch potatoes. Don't do it. Look how far I've come. Write that down or type that in. Look how far I've come. That is your key phrase, so that you recognize your progress. This is step number 4. Recognize your progress and don't validate the old behaviors coming back. Your subconscious mind is a stubborn brick wall. Once it gets a pattern, it wants to keep that pattern because that pattern serves it. If your mind spends time creating new patterns, it is going to spend more energy, and your mind doesn't want to spend more energy making new patterns because it already has patterns and it doesn't understand why all those patterns don't serve you. So of course, if you've been doing this thing for so many weeks, months, years, of course it's not going to be easy for you to just be like, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to do this instead. So when you slip, not if you slip, when you slip, when I slip, I have to give myself this speech. Don't kid yourself. I'm not coming up here saying I've got the whole world figured out and I'm perfect. No, I do have a lot of this figured out, and I screw up on it sometimes, a lot of times even. But when I screw up, I don't beat myself up. I don't overthink it. I take a breath and I realize that was one time. Look how far I've come. I know my deeper why. I recognize my triggers. I have substitution behaviors. I didn't do it this time. Look how many times I did do it. Look how far I've come. Recognize your progress. Take your failures, and I use an air quote with failures because they're not really failures. We all know, I've said this many times on here, FAIL, F-A-I-L, stands for first attempt in learning. Failures are lessons if we allow them to be. So take those lessons from perceived failures and then let it feed progress the next time. The next time you can make that choice. Every single time you use the substitution behavior, you are helping your subconscious mind realize that there is a new pattern that needs to be formed here. And step number 5, and this is so important, celebrate. Because who wants to accomplish something and not celebrate? Think about your favorite sport. Let's say it's soccer, European football, American football, baseball, whatever. I love watching American football. I was just raised watching it. And pro football players don't do this very often. There's actually penalties and stuff attached to it. I don't really understand why, but especially like kids sports, they get there and they make a touchdown, they make a goal, and they're like, yes, they did it. Why does it feel so good to celebrate? Because we need that positive affirmation. And the positive affirmation that you give yourself through celebrating is so much more powerful than any other positive affirmation from anywhere else. It's coming from you. And so it's meaningful. That's my 5-step process for overcoming bad habits for good, so that you have room for better habits. If this is of use to you, give me a thumbs up. And if you didn't already, subscribe and hit the bell so that you know the next time that we drop a video like this to help you live a better life with more success and lower stress. See you next time.
GILD Coaching. More success, less stress.